tandem kayak. Here we go.
Are they serving corn dogs already?
Somebody once said, every day we should laugh in abundance, we should cry, and we should have a sense of wonder every single day. And so that's what being outside is like for me. Trying to make every day count. Getting on the water, putting the paddle and cutting in the quiet, feeling good. That's an active lifestyle. We actually have a fun list on Excel. As you might imagine, we've been going over that thing, marking stuff off. In a few days, we're planning to go to Yellowstone to see the Grand Prismatic, see Old Faithful, and I like to see a bunch of bison. I just want to be in awe of what I see. And yes, we are taking bikes. Cycling puts you in the moment to be on two wheels, being outside, getting the most I can out of this old body. So this is Midnight. This has been my constant companion for 8-9 years now.
Oh, look at that.
It's got all the latest technology to help me ride with my condition.
I'm 60 years in a couple months. But when I got cancer, I was 46. My diagnosis was a day of sadness. I started losing weight. Then I got pneumonia, an ear infection, and an eye infection. I started coughing and started breaking these ribs. I ended up getting a bone marrow biopsy. Got an email that I had multiple myeloma. I was like, what? 46 years old and I have blood cancer. What do I do?
Ever since I began training in cancer, it was poison the tumor. You had to use chemotherapy. The hope was that a therapy could be made that would be less toxic and also long-term, just like a vaccine. Cancer therapies began with surgery, barbaric. Radiation was the next major therapy, and that's always had side effects. And then chemotherapy, well-known side effects. So that's been a problem for more than 50 years in oncology. What we found with immunotherapy was a very different approach for cell therapy of cancer. One of these paradigm shifts in how we deliver cancer therapy. But until we had the ability to genetically modify T cells and make them specific cancer-killing cells, it just wasn't really possible. And then we learned how to make CAR T cell cancer therapy. CAR T cell stands for chimeric antigen receptor. It's really unique in medicine because it's made from the patient's own cells. We never had a living drug before, and that's what we have with CAR T cells. But it takes a long time for a patient who gets diagnosed before they get referred into someone who is a specialist in their kind of cancer. And then that specialist has to know about what kind of CAR T cell therapy might be best for them.
After my diagnosis, there was several lines of therapy. Sometimes they would last a year, sometimes they would last 2. So I went over probably a year of partial remission. About a year out from that, I felt a little bit better, enough to where you feel like you can do stuff again. But I looked at that bike and I said, I'm gonna ride you. I'm gonna ride you. And I climbed up on that bike and I clipped in this leg and I clipped in this foot and I pulled around one time. I got it back in the bed and said, I rode you. That's how I started with Leukemia Lymphoma Society, an organization to help people with blood cancer to get over these hurdles. And I've been the recipient of at least 3 different lines of therapy that were funded early on by Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
We had long-term support from the LS who took the long shot on us, and it has transformed cancer therapy.
They took me out there every week, clipping in. We built up over time. Since then, I've gone 10,000 miles on the bike. About the time I started riding bikes, I realized I couldn't go very far without dialing in my nutrition. So I like to start with a bunch of veggies and fruit. Here goes some kiwi. When you put the right fuel in the body, it was like, whoa. And then I was on the bike. There was this young lady next to me. She was cooking. I thought, man, who is this girl, you know?
I did slow down because I didn't want to just blow him away at the end.
And she goes, bam, and just edged me out just by a bike length.
Gotta know that I'm the faster cyclist, so I had to edge him out at the end.
Here we are married now, and I'm happy as a lark. And I still have cancer, but we dance at every opportunity that we get, and we don't really care who's looking anymore. We are packing to go to Yellowstone.
We're going to Yellowstone.
I can't wait to get on 2 wheels out there. I'm feeling stable, and I'm feeling ready to go.
Crossing the rim of the Yellowstone caldera.
What a journey. I had to battle to get here. There were times I couldn't walk over the last couple weeks. Thought we weren't gonna make it. Back in 2021, my numbers started to creep back up again. And I was actually feeling some bone pain here and there, which is indicative of multiple myeloma. The way myeloma works, the medication will work to a certain degree, and then the cancer cells will kind of mutate, and then that medication stops working, and we hit it with something else, and we hit it with something else.
T cells evolved to kill viruses. But because it starts from your own cells, cancer has learned how to hide from the immune system. It's really very smart.
There were at least 3 different hospitals where I consulted about what to do next. And then the doc said, there's something we can do. CAR T-cell therapy was suggested, and there was good results that they were seeing. This is a whole different philosophy and approach. It's working with your body's system. I ended up being patient number 1 at Stanford.
Maurice sat me down and said, this is gonna get real. If you want out, I understand. The question just totally shocked me. I thought, what do you mean? Like, I don't want out. I finally found my person, and so I'm gonna stick with them, right? This is just our hurdle we gotta go through together.
They extract your T cells from your body, send it to some undisclosed location.
Over a period of a week or 2, the cells are genetically modified so that they have in them an antibody.
Modify those T cells in such a way that they became like heat-seeking missiles.
And then it's infused back
They swam into my bone marrow and started eating.
And by putting the antibody into the T cell, now it can specifically attack cancer cells and kill them using the same machinery that T cells have naturally to kill a virally infected cell. They do that by punching a hole, then it releases, finds another cancer cell, kills it. The CAR T cell divides, and one cell becomes two daughter CAR T cells, killing one cancer cell after another after another.
I was told ahead of time that there may be some reaction because it takes a while for the T cells to get in there and start doing their work. Really got ill.
When we treated our first patients, we had an effect called cytokine release syndrome, or CRS. It's an effect where the CAR T cells, by killing the cancer cells, release a lot of inflammation, and it causes high fever, and it can lead to other serious effects.
I was getting fevers and I was kind of in and out of really understanding what was going on. I was so sick that I don't remember 4 days in there.
There was a day, the anniversary of my mom's passing from cancer, that you were at your worst. And I couldn't hold it together that day. I sat next to you and I had tears coming down my face. I was really scared.
Lisa had to carry me. There were times when I tried to encourage Lisa to take a break and go someplace, and she's like, no, I'm not leaving.
I felt like it would just be easier for me to just relax and let this thing go. And as she said to me, it made me want to have the will to continue living. She said, I'm with you no matter what. And it made all the world to me. She was with me. Lisa was my rock. It made me want to keep going. I was there for 21 days in the hospital. They stabilized me. My body started to build.
Over the last decade, we've learned how to very effectively manage the cytokine release syndrome and prevent it. Now it's very rarely serious.
CAR T had done a lot of good work in my body. Complete remission.
We got up and danced right in the room at that moment.
We raised a glass that day. And I think cancer has freed me to be me.
14 years ago, when I was diagnosed, I thought I was seeing my last of my natural wonders. And here we are. It's incredible.
Oh, here we go, here we go. Woo!
Wow. It's just thrilling. It makes you feel alive.
Yeah. We've reading about this
We did.
for a while, and it's finally here.
CAR T cell therapy. The innovation is just amazing. I can't wait to see what happens in the next coming years.
CAR T got me out of a low spot, and now we're in a high spot.
You get stripped away of what's unimportant and you start looking to see what is important.
We have a reason to dance every day, and we pretty much do.
Mm-hmm.